If you're a die-hard Browns fan and love breaking down the game like we do, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a blitz. In a season riddled with disappointments for the Cleveland Browns, defensive end Alex Wright has stepped forward with a bold and confident message that may just be the spark this defense needs. The 2024 campaign was one to forget for the Browns, marked by a struggling offense that averaged a league-worst 15 points per game and coughed up 66 sacks. Four different quarterbacks took the field, and none could find a rhythm, contributing to the NFL's worst turnover differential. With the offense in disarray, the defense was constantly under pressure, often being forced into impossible positions. Injuries didn't help either, with key players like Wright spending extended time on the sidelines. Despite the chaos, Wright has come out swinging in recent comments, making it clear he doesn't plan to back down from the challenge of being a key piece. Opposite Myles Garrett, his tone confident, his mindset unapologetically aggressive. And if there's one thing Cleveland needs right now, it's that kind of energy. Wright's comments this offseason cut through the noise with the clarity of a man who knows exactly what's at stake. They're looking for the person that's next to Myles. He said, "If you don't come in and do what you got to do, it won't be you." That's not just a player talking about competition, it's someone embracing the pressure head on. The defensive end position opposite Myles Garrett has been a revolving door for the Browns, a black hole where consistency goes to die. Wright doesn't want to be another name in the long line of what-ifs. He's planting his flag, ready to prove he belongs in that role permanently. With rookie Mason Graham expected to make an impact on the interior line, the timing couldn't be more perfect for Wright to assert himself on the edge. The Browns desperately need balance in their pass rush, and Wright's hunger might be just the thing to bring it. Let's not forget Wright was on the rise before his injury last year. After notching 5 sacks in 2023, it looked like he was ready to take the next step and become a true difference maker on this Browns defense. But football can be cruel, and a torn triceps limited him to just 4 games and 1 sack in 2024. It was a frustrating halt to what many expected to be his breakout season. Still, setbacks often reveal more about a player than their successes. Wright's determination to return stronger is exactly what fans and coaches want to hear. He's not wallowing, he's not making excuses, he's looking ahead and focusing on what he can control, getting healthy, sharpening his skills, and being ready when his number is called. That mindset might just be what sets him apart in a defensive unit that's looking for anyone to step up opposite their all-pro anchor. It's impossible to talk about the Browns defense without mentioning Myles Garrett, the perennial Pro Bowler who once again posted 14 sacks in 2024. Garrett continues to be a nightmare for offensive lines, but he's also carrying far too much of the load. After Darius Smith was traded mid-season despite putting up 5 sacks, no one else on the roster had more than 3. That's not just a lack of production, it's a glaring hole in the defense. Without a consistent edge presence opposite Garrett, teams are able to double him, scheme around him, and neutralize his impact more effectively. That's why Wright's potential resurgence is so important. If he can provide even a fraction of the pressure that Smith or previous counterparts brought, it could completely change the complexion of the Browns' defense. There's something to be said for players who approach their role with no fear. Wright's assertion that he's never shied away from a thing in his life might sound like bravado to some, but in a league where mental toughness often makes the difference, it's a critical mindset. Being Garrett's counterpart means more than just rushing the passer. It means living up to the expectations of playing alongside one of the game's most dominant forces. It means facing elite tackles every week, taking on extra blockers, and still finding ways to make plays. It's a job that's chewed up and spit out plenty of promising talents before. But Wright doesn't seem worried about that. He's embracing it. That's the kind of fire that coaches notice in the film room and fans rally around on Sundays. Injuries are part of the game, and the Browns were especially snake-bitten last season. Not just with Wright, but across the roster. It's hard to judge a team's full potential when its key pieces are constantly unavailable. But assuming Wright is back to full health, the opportunity for him to make a major impact is right there for the taking. The Browns don't need him to be a superstar overnight. They just need him to be consistent, someone who can push the pocket, collapse the edge, and force quarterbacks into Garrett's path. It's the kind of complementary role that can change the entire structure of a defense. And with the offense still trying to find its footing, the defense may once again be asked to carry more than its fair share of the load. If there's a silver lining to last year's disappointment, It's that it may have lit a fire under players. Like Wright, there's no hiding from how bad things were in 2024. The offense sputtered. The quarterback situation was a mess, and the defense couldn't hold the dam forever. But that kind of adversity can either break a locker room or bond it tighter. From Wright's tone, it sounds like he's chosen the latter. He's not running from the criticism. He's not making excuses about his injury. He's standing tall and declaring that he's ready to be the man on that edge. In a league where confidence often fuels performance, that mindset might be the first step towards something special. One of the most intriguing dynamics going into the 2025 season is how defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz utilizes Wright if he's healthy and producing. Schwartz is known for getting the most out of his front four, and if Wright can show early in camp that he's back to form, you can bet he'll be given every opportunity to shine. With Mason Graham expected to help solidify the interior and Garrett doing what he does best, the blueprint is there for a dangerous front. All it takes is for Wright to do what he says he will: embrace the challenge and deliver. It's a high-stakes situation, but one where Wright's swagger could become contagious across the unit. Cleveland doesn't need another season of unmet potential. They need results. And Wright sounds like he's ready to give them just that. So now, the spotlight shifts to training camp, preseason snaps, and those crucial first few games. That's where Wright can truly prove he's more than just talk. But for now, his words ring loud in a fanbase desperate for hope and leadership. In a city that lives and breathes football, that kind of fire matters. It's easy to get lost in stats and schemes, but sometimes what a team really needs is someone who refuses to back down. No matter the odds, Wright isn't promising Pro Bowl numbers. He's promising a fight, and in Cleveland, that might just be enough to earn him the respect and the role he's chasing. Ultimately, it's all about action now. Wright has said the right things, owned up to the challenge, and made it clear he's not here to be a passenger. The Browns need difference makers. They need grit. They need players who don't flinch, and Alex Wright just might be that guy. He's battled injury, disappointment, and the expectations that come with playing next to a superstar. But if his mindset matches his motor, the Browns' defense could be in for a major lift this season. One way or another, we're going to find out what Wright is made of, and Cleveland fans should be paying close attention. Enjoying the content so far? Smash that like button and drop your take in the comments. We want to hear what you think about the Browns this season. There's a storm brewing in Cleveland, and it has nothing of como clima. The buzz around the Browns facility is that star defensive end Myles Garrett has drawn a line in the sand, and rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders might be on the wrong side of it. According to whispers from inside the organization, Garrett, the undisputed leader of the Browns locker room, is not happy with what he's seen or heard from the young Sanders. While nothing has been made official, sources close to the team suggest that Garrett has issued something close to an ultimatum. Either the rookie changes his ways or he's out. For a team that's trying to rebuild chemistry and chase a playoff spot, this kind of locker room tension could be disastrous. But before we jump to conclusions, let's unpack what's allegedly going on behind closed doors in Cleveland. The arrival of Shedeur Sanders in Cleveland was anything but quiet. Drafted amid a flurry of media attention thanks to his famous father, Coach Prime himself, Sanders entered the Browns organization with sky-high expectations and a target on his back. From the jump, there were whispers about his confidence, bordering on arrogance, and questions were raised about whether he'd earn his spot through talent or legacy. While Sanders certainly has an arm and an impressive college resume, his transition to the NFL has reportedly rubbed some veterans the wrong way. And Myles Garrett may be leading that charge. Several insiders suggest that Garrett views Sanders as more of a distraction than an asset, citing behind-the-scenes clashes and a general vibe of tension between the defensive cornerstone and the flashy rookie QB. One of the most shocking elements of this alleged rift is just how vocal Garrett has been about it, at least internally. Though nothing's been said on the record, those familiar with the situation claim that Garrett has made it clear to both teammates and coaching staff that he doesn't believe Sanders fits the culture of the Browns. In a team meeting earlier this month, one anonymous player hinted that Garrett spoke up louder than usual when the topic of locker room discipline came up, a moment some are now interpreting as a veiled shot at Sanders. It's no secret that Garrett takes immense pride in the team's identity and culture, and anything or anyone he sees as a threat to that reportedly doesn't last long around him. Could this be a case of the rookie stepping on the wrong toes way too soon? Adding fuel to the fire are the rumors that Shedeur Sanders hasn't exactly made an effort to blend in Reports suggest that the young quarterback has been more focused on building his brand than building camaraderie with his teammates. From showing up to practice in designer fits to filming content for his social media channels during team hours, Sanders is allegedly creating friction in a locker room that values humility and hard work. And for a veteran like Garrett, who's spent years earning the respect of both fans and peers, that kind of behavior might be seen as disrespectful. It's the classic clash of old school versus new school. And if these rumors are true, it's clear who holds the power in Cleveland right now. Garrett has always been about ball, and he expects the same from everyone wearing brown and orange. There's also speculation that the coaching staff is caught in the middle of this internal power struggle. Head coach Kevin Stefanski is known for his even-keeled approach and dedication to team chemistry, but this kind of tension can throw any locker room off balance. While the Browns haven't made any official moves regarding Sanders' roster status, multiple sources claim that discussions are happening behind closed doors. Some even believe that a trade or release isn't out of the question if things don't cool down soon. It's a tough situation. On one hand, you've got a young talent with tons of upside and a massive media draw. On the other, your defensive captain is demanding accountability and unity. If you're Stefanski, how do you balance the future of the franchise with the present stability of your locker room outside the organization? Fans are beginning to pick up on the tension too. Social media has been buzzing with cryptic posts, including a now-deleted tweet from Garrett that read simply, "Culture over clout." While that might seem vague on its own, paired with the timing of the alleged issues, many are interpreting it as a direct shot at Sanders. Browns fans are fiercely loyal to Garrett. He's been the face of the defense for years, so the idea that he'd feel threatened or disrespected by a rookie isn't sitting well with some in the Dawg Pound. Meanwhile, Sanders supporters argue that the young QB just needs time to adjust, and that the team should be embracing his confidence, not punishing it. It's a fan base divided, and the drama is only getting hotter. Let's be real, this could all just be noise. NFL training camps are intense, emotions run high, and rookies often have to earn their place the hard way. It's entirely possible that this reported tension is overblown or even non-existent. But where there's smoke, there's usually fire. And the consistent whispers coming from within the Browns facility suggest that something is indeed going on. The NFL is no stranger to locker room drama, especially when personalities clash and egos collide. The real question is whether this situation can be diffused before it turns into a full-blown scandal. If Garrett truly wants Sanders gone, and if the team sides with its star defender, this could be one of the shortest rookie stints in recent NFL memory. It's worth noting that this wouldn't be the first time Garrett has asserted his influence behind the scenes. As one of the team's most respected veterans, his voice carries serious weight in organizational decisions, not just on the field, but off it too. If he's made it clear that Sanders is a problem, the front office may feel pressured to act. And let's face it, culture is everything in today's NFL. Teams that win consistently do so because they've created a brotherhood, a shared mission. If a rookie is jeopardizing that, even unintentionally, the veterans won't hesitate to speak up. That's part of what makes Garrett such a powerful presence. He doesn't just lead by example. He protects the integrity of the team at all costs. As for Sanders, his next moves will be crucial. If he wants to survive and thrive in the NFL, he may need to humble himself and show he's willing to adapt. That means more film study, less flash, more bonding with teammates, less branding. Talent alone won't keep you in the league if you're not in sync with the team culture. And despite his massive following and famous lineage, Shedeur is just another rookie in the eyes of NFL veterans. If the rumors are true, he has a choice to make: either fall in line with the team's ethos or find himself on the outside looking in. The NFL doesn't wait for anyone to grow up, especially not when the locker room is led by a force of nature like Myles Garrett. So what's next? Only time will tell. The Browns haven't commented. Garrett remains tight-lipped, and Sanders continues to post highlight reels like nothing's wrong. But behind the scenes, something is definitely stirring. Whether this is just the growing pains of a rookie learning the ropes or the start of a serious rift inside the Browns organization, one thing is certain: the NFL world will be watching closely. And in a league where every snap counts and every rumor has legs, this Cleveland controversy might just be the first big drama of the 2025 season. Stay tuned, because this story is far from over. Thanks for riding with us on another Browns Blitz. If you liked the video, share it with a fellow fan. hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you're always part of the Dawg Pound conversation. Go Browns!